Hi there. So in this video, I want us to kind of revamp the authentication entirely, and that's gonna be a lot of work. So uh, yeah, let's get started. So revamping authentication entirely is uh, basically involves. So this time, I noticed there's a flaw in our authentication method before, which is generating code and giving it to them. It means that if somebody runs out of maybe coins on any code, you go and try to generate another one because yes, it's easy to generate a code. But what if we tie the code to to their email? So meaning that they have to enter their email first before they generate a code, and the code will be sent to their email for them to kind of uh so basically it's going to be like they enter code, an email is sent to them uh, with with the generated code, like sorry, enter their email, an email is sent to them with the generated code, and they enter the code before they can access the platform. And that code, they have to store it and keep it because for future purpose. Okay, no, they don't have to even be sent the email. But yeah, if they need to generate another code in the future, they'll basically need that their email address in case maybe they lost the previous code. So it's just like a password kind of thing, just like this time they're not the one setting password, they don't have control over the stuff. So to do that, it means we kind of have to kind of recreate most of what we've done already. So I'm just going to kind of go back here. So this is going to take a while. So I'm going to stop this, and I'm going to go out a bit, and I'll move the API into API spot. Then I'm going to start the create feathers at the tests API. So basically just like I'm recreating everything from scratch. I could avoid it, but just to avoid any sort of error, that's why I'm doing it. So I can choose any of these if I like. I think, I don't know, no, I don't really care right now. So SQLite is fine by me. So most of what we have already, we'll still reuse them. So that's why I have to move that stuff to API exploit, because I will still have to copy some things. So let me wait for this to get set up. So boom, we are done with it. So I can clear this CD into API. So from here, I'm going to just try to move things that are important. So first thing I want to move is the utils. I think that's probably the most important stuff to me. So the utils is going into the source. So yeah, that's the first thing. I don't care about strategies, I don't care about the services. In fact, we are completely changing this. We are using normal stuff, so I don't care about any of that. So I think I'm fine with what we currently have. Is there a chance I created any stuff? Is there any chance I created anything here? No. So I think one more thing I might have to care about is the resolver here. I need to copy the code from this place, so I don't have to rewrite this again from scratch. But yeah, I'm coming back to the code. So let me just kind of create generates authentication. So for authentication, I'll just choose email and password. That's fine by us. What's your user service? Fine. Users, yes. Yes. Type box. And here it's trying to set it up, so I'm going to just disable pause. So there we go, it has been installed successfully. So if I go into this, I should see authentication here, which have this, right? So what next? Then in services, I should see the users before we use that main passes, right? So here I can copy. Let me come back here, go to the resolvers, change this from to generate main pass. So I'm just going to copy this, in fact starting from here. So I think that's the last thing I need here. So boom, deleted. So in this schema, I'm going to come down to the creation part. You see that there's a password stuff here. So now I just have to change the password stuff to mem pass, and mem pass is weird. The password is hidden in this case, but then I want to send it back. Okay, let's see how that goes. So we have mem pass here. We really don't want to hide us, so I don't think we need this. Let me just disable it. So here I'm going to remove this. I don't need the password hash. So I just have a main pass stuff, then I paste that in. So yeah, that might look weird, but that's just me trying to move quickly. Then what next? So I can pull this off all the way to this place. So still main pass will be having why was its main pass in the first place before? Okay, it's going to be user. Then for the context, so we have user service. What else are we missing? So I think this time, since we are using like a more simpler approach for, like, we are using an email now, So I think we could also use the email in the stuff we are generating. So what we could have here would be we don't need any of this anymore. So good, then I'm just going to pass that. So yeah, so when we are adding the second level hash, after we've hashed based on the factors, I'm just going to add the email here. So that is, you can add that simply by removing the underscore here and then using data.email, since that must be sent to us. So yeah, we increase that to 64, and there's one more thing. So there's one more thing, which is I would like to put MF, which stands for Memeframe underscore in front, and put a random number at the end. So yeah, I would like to do this. Now, one problem with this is because we are using the local strategy, we are going to run into issues. So the first issue we'll be running into is what is going to be our user name field. It's email, but the password this thing is no longer email. Now it's not even password. It's so for the purpose of simplicity, we'll still leave it as password. So, but what we'll do instead would be we'll still add like so I'm going to enter the validator to just add password here. So just add the formats, password, and then for the password, we'll add a password field which should be optional. So in this case, I don't need this because I'm not the one in control of any of this stuff. So let's just leave it this way. The password stuff here still remains. And the code also shouldn't get sent. Though I think I want to customize this a bit, so I'm going to do data contexts. What's provider even going to give me? I keep forgetting. So instead of this, I'm just going to, ouch. Okay, so what I want to do in this case is to check the method. If the method is creates, which means that means that the account was, just created, we'll return the mem pass for the user to copy and store. Otherwise, we'll just return undefined. Now we don't need this anymore. In fact, I don't think I need this too. So let me do this instead. So now I can do this. Okay, I think I'm thinking of something else. So sometimes simplicity can make things more complex. So if we put this password here and we use this hash this way, it's going to backfire big time. So what we can do instead is that we really don't care what's we really don't care. So wait a minute. I could even remove all these things and it will still have the same meaning. Exactly. So we can practically replay the same thing here. Actually, you cannot change it, so yeah, then the next thing we want to do is to set up, okay, what do we want to allow when you are filling in stuff. So which is the, so what we want to allow will be the email and the mem-pass. That's what we'll be listening for. On the other hand, when it comes to this one, we would like to skip, we like to omit one thing. Which is the password. Sorry. Okay, I noticed something. I missed one thing completely. The coins. Now the algorithm we use for that no longer exists here. But then we can add it. So we can say coins. So I'll change this. I'm coming. I need to bring back the So I just return the API exploits so that I can get the schema. So now that I have access to the schema, I can just paste it. So here we go. So we'll be stopping here in the next video. Okay, let me see. I actually plan to create like a custom strategy that builds on top of the local. So I don't know, because I don't like the fact that I still have to set password just because I want to obey the local. And in fact, we're not aligned password yet, meaning we'll run into an error. So I'm thinking of just maybe pulling this one off, so where we don't have to kind of worry about it at all, and where we can also put this one off. So yeah, thinking of that. So if we do that, it means I have to put this off. And then this. So mem pass cannot be edited. So some things we are missing aside from the mem coins is the created arts and the updated arts. So for this one, around this place we have created art sets to this. Around here we have updated art sets to this. So and for editing, you cannot edit created art too. So here we go. I think it makes sense to just allow do like a partial this thing here, so that you can search by anything. So if it's partial, it means you can search by anything inside here. So you can query by any of this stuff. So this is one of the cool things about feathers, the fact that you have this very powerful query objects that you can use to do really cool search stuff. So I think we should be good to go with this. So in the next video, we'll try to test it out. At least we'll test the first version out. So we'll actually have to test this out again, and actually before we test it out, we have to fix some things. For example, this has to move from password field to members. That would be like the password field. Changing it this way could have worked, but then I think the local strategy does some hashing stuff beneath the scene. So meaning if it tries to kind of check if this one, if a part whatever you pass matches the arch version of this, to give us very weird results. So we need to confirm that later on. So I think that's all for this video. See you in the next one.